Okay, here's the finished product, at least so far. This is the Shovelution Harley chopper, and I'm having to back up here. Very amateur video here, so gotta bear with me. Okay, I'm zoomed all the way out, but it turned out really well. It runs great. Basically what I've got is parts from about half a dozen motorcycles, but the front end is off of another bike, off of a hardtail frame that I had, and the frame itself is an 81 Shovelhead frame that somebody took and modified it. They basically cut it right under the seat in the back right here, and then cut the neck out and raised this whole piece up so that it came up like that. So now you can fit an Evo motor in there instead of a shovel head, because before the clearance wouldn't have been high enough for an Evo to fit in there, but it does now. But all the stuff with the neck on the frame was done before I got the frame. The frame was already like that, so that saved me a little bit there. But frame came with the title, so pretty cool. It worked out. But this is I had an original stock Harley Evo motor in it that I was going to rebuild, but it was not rebuildable due to the fact that it had been through a wreck, and which is the reason why I have the 3-inch BDL open primary on there. It would have an enclosed primary, but the previous motor, there's some pieces in there that when it went through a wreck, they got sheared off, so basically along there, so you could not attach the stock primary case, which does have a chain in there, and so you just couldn't put it on, so went with the belt. Well, now I can put the primary back on, but that's another $3,000, so maybe that's down the road. But it definitely runs good. It's got, chain on the rear. Very good chain, Japanese chain. It's like a racing chain that I put on there, so I don't think that's gonna break. And it came out pretty good. It's a lot of fun to ride. It's got the split tanks, the 70s style split tanks. When I got this frame, it did have the full-size 3-gallon FXR type tank, but I like the look of the split ones, and it's not much difference in the gas anyway, so put these on here. And then the seat is that's a 70s era King Queen frame, seat frame. And then I had some people know who they are, but I had some Langlets. I went down to Langlets in Portland, and they were nice enough to sell me a piece of goat hide scrap, and I had the seat upholstered in that, and I actually had the inside of the seat foam pieces cut out, and it's got the Vibragel, which is an anti-vibration gel in there, and when you're sitting on this thing and this engine is running, you do not feel a thing. So that's something a lot of you guys might want to think about who are watching this. If you have a seat done, make sure you put some anti-vibration gel in it, and your body will thank you for it. But anyhow, it turned out pretty good. I'll see if it'll start up. I was riding it earlier, but it might be too cooled down. I don't know. It's back. So it runs pretty good, and it was a worthwhile project, and So the S&S engine replacement that I've got in there runs great. I did put a factory Harley Evo carb on there, so it's got the factory, or it's got at least the cover that it came with, and looks good on there. But S&S motor, the only differences really are the down here. This is all one piece now, and this is just a cover. This used to actually be two separate pieces on the Evo motor, I think. And got a Jim's 6-speed transmission, and I've only got about 150 miles on this thing yet, so I can't go freeway speeds right now until it hits about 500 miles. You got to keep it below 50 for about first 500 miles to get the valves broken in and all that stuff. So I'm taking it easy on it right now. But anyhow, that's it. That's the Shovelution motorcycle, and yeah, turned out pretty good.